Hey all, Vulture here with some more Overwatch science. Today we're going to be looking at some edge cases for Zarya's shield. But before we begin, I wanted to point out that this video's format will be different from previous science videos. After reading a lot of feedback, I decided to give a scripted/edited video a try, rather than the live recording format of previous videos. Now, writing a script, recording the audio, editing the clips together, and rendering the video adds a ton of time to produce each of these. I need feedback from you guys to let me know if it is worth my time or not. If it's worth my time, videos in the future will be released farther apart and follow this one's format. If not, I'll just wing it like before as topics come to mind. Okay, back to the science. First, I want to show how Zarya's shield is an actual physical object. Here you can see how it protrudes like a hemorrhoid in front of Reinhardt's shield. Part of its physical geometry exists in front of his shield. Notice when an enemy shoots at this bit, it builds my charge and blocks damage to Reinhardt's shield, despite Reinhardt still having his shield up. Zarya's barrier is doing its job, blocking damage despite Reinhardt actively shielding, but only when the bubble itself is shot. Okay, it's time for a bit of a rant already. I've heard a lot of people say that Reinhardt is a bad teammate to work with Zarya. This opinion is echoed by a lot of people, including prominent YouTube personalities and streamers. They seem to be under the impression that Reinhardt's shield nullifies Zarya's shield effect. I'm hoping to dispel this bit of misinformation here in this video. Reinhardt is probably the best tank a Zarya can work with, in my opinion. Zarya can gain a lot of charge by simply shielding Reinhardt as he absorbs fire. In many fights, enemies will attempt to spam his shield down when no other targets are available. Zarya can get a lot of free charge by shielding Reinhardt at these points, or even jumping into the line of fire herself. That and Zarya often needs a safe place to fall back to when her shields are on cooldown, to recharge health, or to reload. Reinhardt strongly facilitates Zarya's need to charge energy, as well as to provide a safe spot for her to rest. Rant over, back to the science. Zarya's shield is a physical object in the world. Enemies can't shoot through it. You can use its large bubble to your advantage. Shield teammates by body blocking with it. An enemy focusing on one of your teammates won't be able to shoot them through your personal barrier if you position yourself in front of them. Of note, the shield itself acts as a whole object. It's not hollow. An enemy attack that exists inside the bubble will get nullified. You can't get inside a Zarya bubble and damage her from within. Good news for those stuck with the tracer bomb. Along with blocking damage from attacks, Zarya's shield also blocks the effects of these attacks. Mei's freeze effect can't slow down someone inside a bubble, Zenyatta cannot apply his Discord Orb, McCree cannot stun someone with his flashbang, and Roadhog can't scorpion someone with his hook, among other interactions. According to wiki sources, Zarya's barrier blocks 200 damage. I want to point out that it can block well above this amount. It can stop any attack of any strength as long as the barrier is up, despite its health. If an attack would break the shield, the extra damage beyond the health of the shield is nullified. For example, you could shield yourself against D.Va's ultimate, which does 1000 damage, and receive no damage yourself. The extra 800 damage does not break through the Zarya shield and kill Zarya. It simply dissipates. A more mundane example can be seen from burst damage characters like Pharah. Your shield can tank 2 Pharah direct hits and leave you unharmed, effectively blocking 240 damage, 40 damage beyond the barrier's actual health. Notice that this overblock effect does not translate into more relative charge for Zarya. A single shield can only give a maximum of 50 charge, no matter the circumstances. Finally, I want to look at friendly damage. Zarya can shield herself or allies from damaging themselves, like Pharah Rocket Splash, or even protecting D.Va from blowing herself up with her ultimate. However, note that when doing this, you do not gain energy charge, so no rocket jumping in spawn room on 2 Fort to build your Uber. That about covers the interesting and not well-known properties of Zarya's shield. If you got any ideas for the next video, let me know. Also give feedback if you prefer this format or the old format. Subscribe if you want to see more science and all that shit. Finally, thanks to Loafmaster and Retribution for helping film this. See you all on the servers.